Hi, and welcome to my kitchen. Tonight I am going to be making biscuits. It's been a crazy busy day, and then this afternoon my son wanted me to go watch him ride his dirt bike, and the time just got away from me, so I've got soup beans going in the Instapot, and now I'm going to make some biscuits to go with it really quick. Let's get started. Okay, so to get started, I am going to put, we actually eat a lot of biscuits and I want some left over for tomorrow morning, so I'm going to do 3 cups, 2.5 maybe, I don't know, almost 3 cups of flour. And then I need to do about a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, and we're just going to get this all mixed in together. Okay, now that I've got the salt and the baking powder mixed in, we are going to take, tonight I'm using my bacon grease. You need a fat. It can be butter, it can be lard, it can be shortening, or it can be a bit of bacon grease like I've got right here.
Grease?
Where I strain out after I cook the bacon. I strain the burnt pieces out and keep. So I want about a half a cup of my fat.
Fat?
Yep.
Oh.
This is bacon fat. But instead of using my lard or my tallow, I'm using bacon to give it a good flavor. Okay. Let me put this back in the fridge for me. Now we're just going to cut that grease into our flour. Now that we've got the bacon grease cut up into our flour, if you have a pastry cutter, that works great. I have a fork that I'm using. I'm not sure where my pastry cutter is. It's probably still in a box from our last move. I haven't unloaded everything. Forgive me. It's probably never going to be unloaded. So now I'm just going to add some milk. You'll want to start out with about 3/4 of a cup to a cup. Just see how much you need. I'm going to need more. I'll use a little bit more here. You just want your dough to really come together. Okay, that looks like a good amount. Now I'm going to get in here with my fingers. And just work this together really good. You want a flaky biscuit. Oh yeah. This is going to be delicious. I know it looks a sticky, gooey mess. But that just means it's going to be delicious. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of flour down on my countertop space here. I'll turn all my dough out. Scrape the inside of that bowl. And now just work this together. You don't want to overwork your biscuit dough because it can become tough, but we just want to get it all pressed together. Keep a small dusting here. all those pieces in. It's going to be fairly soft. You don't want it too firm. Now grab your rolling pin and just very lightly roll it out. Now I've got my oven preheated to 325, and I've got a baking tray lined with parchment paper. If you would rather just press your biscuits out with your hands, you can. Otherwise, you can use a rolling pin. Now, I like mine kind of thick, and I'm using a glass. You can use whatever you want to cut your biscuits out. We actually enjoy biscuits around here. Now, normally, since I'm making soup beans for supper, I would like cornbread, but I'm out of cornmeal, and biscuits also go with it. So now I'm going to lay these on my parchment paper. I'm going to leave a little bit of space between them so they have room to rise as they bake. Take your dough, press it back together, work it back up. Press it out with your hand, or you can use your rolling pin again, just whatever, and cut out some more biscuits. And this one I'm just going to work together and kind of shape it by hand because it's actually smaller than my cup I'm using. Okay, I've got these all on my baking sheet here. All right, I am going to put these in the oven and let them bake for about 15 minutes. I'll start checking them. They may need to go a little bit longer, but we'll keep an eye on them. I let the biscuits bake for about 18 minutes. This nice puff. They're very light on the bottom. We like ours really soft. You can cook them a little harder if you want a firmer biscuit, but we like a really soft. Look how flaky that is. And these will be ready to have with our supper. Thanks for joining me tonight.